untouched images. I've done nothing to them here at all, so you're going to see the exact thing. Now, a Venn diagram is very closely related to a pie chart because it's got round stuff in it. And this one really spoke to me quite a bit because it really summarizes the way I feel once you take all this into account. But the lie here, I think, is that this is either a little bit too small or a little too large. All right, so this one, 5-second MBA, well, first thing, right, this right here is an Ignite presentation, so that should be 15 seconds. So what's missing? Come on, I mean, it's like alumni association, off-campus parties, student debt. Come on, anybody? What else is missing there? Now, another Venn diagram here. You can actually buy this one from despair.com. Now, of course, the big lie here is that Twitter's had its time in the sun, and now that's going to be chat roulette. So, moving right along. This next one, I don't even know what to say about this one. Let's take for a moment, let's presume for a moment that they've actually got the labels right. The lie here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the colors are wrong. This is not what you look like inside, okay? So, now, this whole thing of figuring out how social media works and where social media sites relate, our friends at XKCD have done a phenomenal job trying to make this work out. The lie here, of course, is do you see any pirates? Do you see any trolls? Do you see any AstroTurf? It's not there. Now, maps themselves make a fantastic way of presenting information. This one, you know, the chart itself really sums it up pretty quickly. Either everyone should be crying for you or nobody should be crying for you. So I don't know what to say about that. Maybe Evita has an answer. Another variation on the theme, right? Another variation on the theme. Now, I'll tell you, the lie here, I've been to most of these 48 states. They all know how to party, all right? So that's the lie here. But it does summarize it right away, doesn't it? So no presentation about charts and graphs would be complete without a flow chart. This one's from Skull-A-Day, and the lie here is that you start out saying, do you want to make a skull today? And whether you choose yes or no, you end up making a skull. So they've done a pretty good job here of sucking you into that. Now here's another flow diagram. If you work in high tech, you've seen something like this before. This comes from NASA, and the lie here, of course, is that if there do, in fact, exist any happy and fulfilled users, I don't think they let themselves be photographed. So this is all real. The links will all be available. This is unretouched. Okay, so here's a sort of vernacular area chart. I think the purpose here is try to blame somebody for why books are suffering, supposedly, why authors don't make enough. But the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, more money, no problems. So there's no reason to worry about all that. We often say, come on, look at that. They're positing a one-to-one linear relationship here, right? But there's more subtlety in the data usually. I'd like to give a hat tip to Bruce Wyman for finding this next one, Nikki Graziano. She's a mathematician and a photographer, and you can see she's finding some hidden meaning in the data here. But I think that if you step back and look just a little bit more, there's even more hidden in the data that she's not getting. The subtlety is there, but you go out to another standard deviation, and you find there's a lot more going on. Ladies and gentlemen, really the message here is that we have to be vigilant about the way people present information, data, and facts to us using charts and graphs on the internet. Ultimately, people try to complexify stuff, but we need to get to the essence of where things are at. You can actually buy this tile on Etsy from Robert Ryan. I recommend that. And so I've got plenty more. Andrew, if you don't mind, I'm just going to keep going. So I've got a whole bunch more. We're going to keep going. Yeah, first of all, any questions? Now see how versatile this is? I can't go on. There are no questions. Ladies and gentlemen, check that site out to find out where this came from. Here's a link, Graph Jam. You got to check out Graph Jam if you like this. There are a ton of song charts that you can find, like the ones we saw, and those last two links, which are gone now, were where I keep my charts and graphs. Thank you very much.